All right, my name is Ross Schoenbachler. I work in the prospect office in Louisville, Kentucky, and we play office games from time to time. And I'm making this video to make sure I explain the games so everybody knows how to play, and hopefully some of the construction managers, even you guys in West Virginia, can play. Just send me I have Venmo, I have PayPal. You can send the payment through there, or you can even send a check, or just call me and we'll work something out. I'm extension 175, but you can just call the main office. All right. So who out there probably likes the NCAA tournament? That's almost everybody, especially in this state of Kentucky. Well, this is the NCAA tournament on steroids. It's something called the Conference Tournament Spectacular. So as you know, before the NCAA tournament, every conference has their own tournament. So what hopefully you have attached to this email is you'll have a bracket of the SEC tournament from a few years ago, and I'm going to go over how the scoring works. What you're going to do is you're going to pick one team from each conference tournament. You're not going to fill out the bracket like you would for the NCAA tournament. You're just going to pick one team, and that's all I need to know. So if you pick up you click on the side where hopefully this is attached to it, and you'll see an NCAA tournament bracket with some highlights on it, and we'll talk about how the scoring works for the Kentucky, Tennessee, Auburn, and Missouri for that year, how it would work so you understand. Basically, you just pick one team and you get the seed that they are. You get that many points for each game they win, plus 10 points if they were to actually win the whole tournament. So that's what you have to base on. Do you want the top seed, where you only get like 1 point a game or 2 points a game, but you get the 10-point bonus if they win the conference tournament? Or do you pick a higher seed where if they just win one game or two, you'll get those 10 points and maybe more if you pick like a 6 seed. If they win 2 games, you get 12 points. That's what you have to weigh of what you want to pick. And you'll be picking conferences that nobody's ever heard of, the early ones, just like everybody else will have to pick too. Anyway, we're going to the SEC because this is where some rules, because there's so many teams, that is the most confusing. So if you look at your brackets, there's 14 teams in this tournament. The one caveat rule for this and the ACC tournament at this moment is that if you pick a double-digit seed, which you'll see at the end, if a double-digit seed is playing a double-digit seed, that game does not count. You do not get any points for that because those are gimme games and it's too many points and it messes up the 10 points you get for the title. Any other game they win, you do win. If it's a double-digit seed versus a single-digit, that game counts. Like in the Big 12, there's 10 teams. If the 10 team beats the 7 seed in the first round, you do get 10 points. And if the double-digit seeds play each other later on, like for the title or even in the second round somehow, then those games to count too. It's just the first round of the SEC tournament and the first round of the ACC tournament. Anyway, so let's look. Everybody in this area, a lot of them pick Kentucky. And as you can see, they're in 1 seed. So Kentucky beats Florida. Let me get my pen here. Kentucky beats Florida. They get a point. That's 1 point. They move on. Kentucky plays Auburn. They get another point. Let me get a different pen. So they got 1 point for beating Florida. Then they beat Auburn. That's another point. Then they beat Arkansas. That's another point. But when they beat Arkansas, they won the title. So that's 10 bonus points. So if you pick Kentucky, you got 13 points. So let's move to Tennessee. Tennessee's a double-digit seed. They're playing Vanderbilt. Like I said, there's a single-digit versus a double-digit. The double-digit seed would count. Tennessee beat Vanderbilt. They got 10 points for that one game. But then Tennessee lost to Arkansas, so that's all they got. So if you pick Tennessee, you would get 10 points if you would have picked them in that year. Now you go to Missouri, just to show you not the benefits of picking the losers. If you go to Missouri played South Carolina, lost the first round. That's a 0. You get a 0 for the whole SEC tournament. Auburn is a good example. Auburn played Mississippi State in their first round. They beat them. That's no points. It's a first round game, double-digit seed that doesn't count. Then they went and played Texas A&M. They beat Texas A&M. That's a whopping 13 points for just that one game. They moved to play LSU. They beat LSU. They get another 13 points. But then they played Kentucky. They lost, so that's all they get. So if you picked Auburn, you would have got 26 points. So even though they didn't win the title, Auburn was the best team to pick in this tournament, even though Kentucky won the title. So you have to weigh the difference of what is best and what is not best. The great thing about this game is you may not get any points in the SEC tournament. But unlike the NCAA tournament when your team loses, it's kind of over if your tournament team loses early. But in this one, there's 29 other tournaments. So you just move to the next one. Like, even the winner will have zeros in some of their tournaments. But it's just a matter of how many points you earn in each conference after all the conferences. And you'll see a spreadsheet go out. The spreadsheet will go out every day. Should be that there are games and the titles and the point total changes. I will ask, since you guys that are probably watching this video are not in the office and I cannot just print it out and you circle the team you want, what I'm gonna want you to say like, you have the Big Sky tournament. Well, you'll say, just write an email back to me, say, Big Sky, and you'll say, well, I want the 3 seed, so I don't know how many points, UNLV. I'm not even 100% sure they're in the Big Sky, but you get the point. So that way I know that every time UNLV wins, you're going to get 3 points. And so I know what conferences they're in, because some of the other conferences, I don't know what these teams are in. And that'll help me understand. But you can just turn in a big long list of that, and I'll know what you want. If you have any questions, always just call me or just send me an email, and I'll get with you, and I'll try to figure out what can happen. This game goes usually over 2 to 3 weeks. You'll get some tournaments early because some of the small conferences end in February, and there'll be an email goes out for so many of them. Those will all go through, and then you'll get another email of the bigger conferences that you have heard of on the first week of March when all the normal seasons end, like the SEC, the Big 12, and all those, and the ACC. So, like I said, if you have any questions, just give me a call. The fee right now is probably going to be $20. Of course, that may change within, when it's 2030, we might have because of inflation. Anyway, just give me a call, and hopefully you'll see more videos about this. I hope everybody can play. Thank you very much, and just let me know if you want to play. I also want to take a moment to explain some of the other non-normal conference brackets. Everybody sees normal brackets, there's an even amount of teams. But some of the earlier brackets, you'll see tournaments like this because they want their top-seeded team to get in a tournament, so they don't want them to play all these games. There's some where like a 5 and 6 will play. They play to play number 4, this game, and they play the winner number 3, this game play. And the number 1 seed is just sitting out here, all they gotta do is play the title game and they win the money. So basically, if you pick this 1 seed, if they don't win this game, you get no points. Even if they win it, you get 11. Where back here, if the 5 seed beats the 6 seed, you get 5 points for winning this game, and they're playing the 4 seed. If the 5 seed beats the 4 seed, which they're probably pretty evenly matched, you already got 10 points if they win those 2 games. So it's just something to think about when you see these brackets. Some of them could look a little abnormal. But like I said, anyone, just give me any questions if you have any, and I'll explain it to you. Thank you.